Hi there, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pikmin. We are now on day 9. We're getting pretty far into the game here. I'm going to land in the Forest of Hope and get those last 2 ship parts. Now, I don't expect at all for this to take me all day, but we'll see how it turns out. First thing I'm going to do is bring up the map and see where they actually are. That's cool, they're in opposite directions. Right, so this one we couldn't get because there was a rock wall in the water there. This one we couldn't get because I believe there was a bridge surrounded by water. So this is gonna be a water day. We're gonna need some blue Pikmin here. I'll just take out 100. That might seem like overkill, but since we're building bridges and destroying walls, the more manpower, the better. Let's get some nectar. Yeah. That's good enough. That's good enough. Obey your captain. All the enemies have respawned since... No! The sheer grubs are eating the bridge. We're gonna have to stop them. Alright. I think I stopped them in time. Oh no, there's one more. Yeah, so sheer grubs, they have an ability to destroy bridges. That's always a pain in the butt. Alright. Let's literally just throw every Pikmin up here. Just so this gets completed as fast as possible. Alright. What can I do in the meantime? I guess I can take Olimar to fight these guys. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Olimar can fight. It's not the best way to fight, but it's something. Olimar can only really fight the small enemies like sheer grubs and dwarf bulborbs. The adult bulborbs, they'll take like no damage from Olimar, so don't think you can just keep all your Pikmin safe at all times and just take out all the enemies with Olimar. That does not work. I mean, it could work, it will just take way too much time. Time that you don't have, so... Awesome. Let's take a look at this. I've found my Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind visions of my son back home on planet Hokotate. Oh, to be back there right now. Soon, Olimar. Soon. Let's just dive into the water here. Wow, there's a lot of enemies over there. Luckily, we don't have to go that way ever again, so... I would like to have 100 Pikmin for this last part, so I'm just gonna wait for them to carry this back. Normally, I would multitask, but since the workload today is so light, compared to the time we have, I'm not too worried about it. This was a gift from my son. He must be very worried about me. That's another thing, like... He should have been back home by now, and it's been like over a week. His family must be... like... Oh fuck. His family must be like... Oh no! I don't know why I was having so much trouble controlling the squad there. His family must be worried sick, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh boy. We've got two big walls to take care of here. Luckily this one's white, so it won't be as bad as the one up there. The darker wall. But we have 99 Pikmin. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh boy, and there he is. The Armored Cannon Beetle. I'd say this is one of the most dangerous enemies in the game, for sure. Let's see, I'd say the most dangerous enemies in this game are the Smoky Prog, which we have not seen, and I don't think we will. It's a very rare enemy. The Armored Cannon Beetle, this guy here, and then the Beady Longlegs, that four-legged spider we took out in the Forest Navel. Although Olimar would yell at you and say, the Beady Longlegs is not a spider, because it has 4 legs, not 8. It is in fact a pseudo-arachnid, or a pseudo-arachnopod, is the Latin name that Olimar decides to give it in the second game. I've been debating whether or not to play the second game on this channel. It's a very long game, and it's also kind of inconvenient to break up into parts. It's much better suited for live streams instead of yeah. So that's why it's called a cannon beetle. You gotta block its blowhole, and then it opens up its carapace, and you can just throw Pikmin onto it like a madman. Yeah, kind of crazy. Oh, he's fucked. Well, that's what you get for just standing there in front of him. But yeah, Pikmin 2 is much more suited for live streaming than like 15-minute videos. Since it's just such a lengthy game that you gotta sit down and play for a couple hours each session. At last, my radiation canopy. This turns the harsh radiation of deep space into soft, infrared rays that are easy on the body. I'll sleep like a baby once I get this back to the ship. Honestly, I don't know how he's ever been able to fly without this thing. It's what keeps him in the cockpit. How does he not, like, fly out of the ship? I guess a seatbelt. But how terrifying would that be? It'd be like flying in a plane without the windows. Anyways, this Armored Cannon Beetle actually gives as much Pikmin as those pearls from the impact site. So 50 Pikmin. That is a lot. I'm back. I had to mute for a second there. Alright. But yeah, without going into spoilers, the days in Pikmin 2, they can vary from being just as long as days in this game, or, like, hours. Like, I'm talking 4+ hours a day. So that makes it very hard to conveniently split the game up into days. If I played it, I would have to just split it up into parts. Radiation canopy. I'll have to inspect it later to make sure it hasn't cracked. I'll be in for even more trouble if I have any radiation leaks. It's not just radiation leaks, though. It's the vacuum of space. I'm pretty sure that's a bad occurrence if the hull of your ship has cracks in it in outer space. All the air would get sucked out. Olimar needs air. Don't get me wrong, like, oxygen is poisonous to Olimar, but he still breathes something. He still needs, like, an atmosphere. Alright, well, this was a pretty chill day. I really don't know what else I can do right now. I think I'll just end the video here. Or at least end the day and then end the video. I don't need to make any more Pikmin. Let's see. I have over 100 Pikmin for every color type. Yeah, I think I'll end the day early. Kind of a chill day. I like it. Not every day needs to be super stressful. Look at them all. Return to your ship. What the fuck? Why were they so far behind? That was weird. Where did they come from? That was very strange. "9 days since impact. The Pikmin always carry their prey back to the onions. Close observation indicates that taking food pellets to onions of the same color results in the release of a larger number of Pikmin seeds. I've always found ways to group Pikmin by... What? I've also found ways to group Pikmin by color. I can hold A to grab one for a moment, or I can press X to dismiss them all. We lost 2 in battle. I guess that was from the, there was one from the Sheer Grub, and then one from the Armored Cannon Beetle, I believe. It's kind of funny that the death toll for both enemies are the same, even though one is significantly more dangerous. But yeah, this was a kind of chill day. On the next day, I will try and get as many parts as I can over in the distant spring. And I don't think I'll get them all. I might get them all. I'll try, but I don't know if I can. I mean, there's what, 7 left over there? So yeah, I'll see you next time.